Welcome, fellas, to the annual Krieger predictions for the sixth season in the America Fantasy League. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Season's 3 days away, getting ready to kick off. Shit's getting real. And we got some draft topics to discuss and some questions that need to be answered. First question has to be auction. Year two, who's going to show themselves that they really know what they're doing, or are we going to start to really expose our snake-dependent members? We know what I'm talking about. Some of the other questions we want to answer is, will Drew do the unthinkable and win 3 Sackos in a row and get the actual Sacco trophy named after himself? What an embarrassment. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Or hopefully it does. And the last question, will Tank make the playoffs? I mean, we've all been waiting. It's getting kind of ridiculous and also extremely funny. So all those questions will be answered. The biggest takeaway from the draft, we had a great draft this season. Thought everyone did really well. The big topic has to be Cambry. I mean, what a ballsy move. Got to give it to him, even though it appears he has made a late trade going into the season. So I'll factor that into the rankings, and we'll get started. Started off with some of my best deals of the draft. I think number one has to be Sebastian getting Brandon Cooks from our New Orleans Saints for less than 20. I think it was about $18. What a steal. Also think Brennan got a steal in David Johnson for $48. What was it? What a great pickup. I searched around for an overbid, and honestly, I thought we all did really well this season. I looked. If there was any hint of an overbid, I think it would probably be on Kelvin Benjamin. I know me and Chase both didn't feel comfortable with the numbers we were bidding for him, but Chase came away with him. See how that works out. Could pay off. Now on to, I think, the top players by each position. I think, number one, quarterback. I'm going to say this year is the bounce-back year for Ron. Mr. Aaron Rodgers will lead all quarterbacks. I think at running back, I've spoke about it earlier, I think it will be Mr. David Johnson. I think he's primed for a big year, and we're going to see a lot more of him. And number three, I'm not going to say Antonio Brown because I think Odell shows us why he's the best receiver in the game this season and takes his stats to another level. But a lot of time to see how that works out. Some of my sleepers this season, I think Jimmy Graham was a decent sleeper for sure. I mean, if he stays healthy, he's going to be huge. I think Langford in Chicago could work out great. I think my bounce-back player of the season has to be Keenan Allen. And I think the guy that could really take a step up is Mr. Lamar Miller. All right, fellas, now for the time we've all been waiting for. It's record time. Where are you going to finish in the league? I'm fixing to tell you. Starting out with Mr. DJ Thompson. We got him at a solid 6-7. I've got myself at 7-6. I've got Jadon at 8-5. I've got Drew at 6-7. Sebastian 7-6. Cambry at 5-8. Tank at 6-7. Luke at 6-7. Brennan at 7-6. Cole at 8-5. Mike at 7-6. And Chase at 8-5. In case you didn't guess it, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we go another year without Dave Mazzo in our playoffs. The seeds were pretty close, came out. I'm going to say the 2 bye teams are Mr. Jadon, who has the number 1 overall seed, and Cole with the number 2 overall seed. Followed with Chase at 3, Brennan at 4, Mike at 5, and Sebastian coming in the last spot at 6th. That leaves Mike and Brennan to play each other in the first quarterfinal, and I like Michael to upset Brennan. We all know Brennan's not going to ever win it. Chase and Sebastian will square off in the next playoff, and I'm going to go with Sebastian because, let's be honest, I'm not picking Chase to get any further than that. Semifinal matchups, Mike versus Jadon. I think we see an upset here, and I think Mike Allen goes to the big show. This is the first time since the very first America Fantasy League. I also think Cole will beat Sebastian and play Michael Allen in the final. Now, on to our Sacco. I think the Sacco game is going to be between DJ Thompson and Jared Cambry. And Cambry, I know you had to make a trade. I thought you did what you had to do to at least be competitive. I still don't think it's going to be enough. So I think you're going to come in with the Sacco trophy this year. Sorry, pal. Hope you proved me wrong. And for the championship game, Michael Allen and Cole Bodian. This year, I think your America Fantasy League champion is Cole Bodian. enjoy that curse, asshole, and see y'all in 3 days for the fantasy 16-week grueling hell that's coming. Good luck, fellas. And